Welcome to the powerofvoices.com, and this is the Comedy Hour with Anna Marie and my buddy over here, Rocky.
Hello, hello.
You have Rocky the comic, Rocky
Cuso.
Rocky
Yes, in the
Cousteau.
house.
I love that, Cousteau.
Yeah,
Because
French,
if,
you like
yeah, what's his name? Not Jacques. Yeah, there was a
that?
Jacques Cousteau.
Cousteau.
And then wait, what about Peter
Inspector
Sellers?
Clouseau.
Inspector Clouseau, your little minky.
And then Rocky
One of them was Cousteau.
Not to be mistaken.
That's right. For those
any
who
of
have
those
gone
two
before
white
you.
Gentlemen, yes.
Paving a new frontier. We're waiting. We have a guest showing up tonight, LA traffic, and time is of the essence of when you get anywhere out in LA. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, and I'm really excited about this guest. He's you're a friend of yours?
Yeah, he's
Devel?
a buddy from Tampa. We used to do an improv group called Got Jokes Improv. So shout out to them. They're celebrating their 10-year anniversary.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I was just a child then. But go ahead.
You're just a little babe in the woods.
I was just a babe.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
Yeah, it was interesting that we both came out to LA, and but that's how it goes. Actually, there've been almost 4 or 5 of us that were in that group that came out to
Really?
LA. Yeah.
That's a big number for a group.
Well, I think what you realize as an entertainer in Tampa, you go, this can't be it. Like
Right. Yeah, for those of you, Tampa, Florida, even as big as Tampa is, I mean,
Tampa's
it's not
a
like
great mid-sized city.
yeah, because you have Sarasota has McCurdy's,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a world famous from Ringling Brothers.
And not only that, but they were bringing in a lot of movies too, like movie productions.
Right.
In Sarasota.
Yeah, man, they had that, and they had like where I lived in Port Charlotte, Visani's. It was like just in the middle of nowhere, and then what I didn't understand is how do they get these big names to come in? Pauly Shore's been there,
Yeah.
a bunch of other and they go, well, it's a comedy. The Comedy Network actually, it's like a agency,
Yeah.
and they sign contracts with various comedy clubs who pay to belong
Absolutely.
to that network.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to, no matter how.
It's the circuit. That's the circuit.
Yeah.
So it's like when you can get in, most especially either with a club that has a brand that's national, or you can get in with some promoters or whomever who have those
Right.
relationships. Yeah, absolutely. Because most people don't make their money in LA. Most comics, stand-up comics.
No,
don't
the
make their
dream
money
is
in
to get
LA.
out on the road.
I don't know about dream, but
Yeah, well,
that's where
getting
you make
paid,
the
I would
living. Yeah,
imagine,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's where you make the living at.
You get that headline thing going on. You don't care what they're going to send you. They're going to pay me what? And I know Port Charlotte, Florida.
Sometimes you care.
Well, yeah, I would imagine because the one in Port Charlotte, Florida, which is like the way the guy did it, he turned it into like this castle kind of idea of being the theme. But, the average age in Port Charlotte, Florida is 65. Okay, the largest retirement community in the country. That's where I moved, of course. It was so wonderful.
Yeah,
and
you
not
went from a Sarasota dime
Right.
to an LA.
from Boston to Port Charlotte, yeah, and then to
LA 7.
LA
6?
7, yeah.
What do you rank here now?
What I rank here now? Yeah, that's interesting. What does it rank
I mean,
here?
you as a woman, like how when they say you're a dime somewhere else, but you come to LA.
Holy
and you're
smoke! Yeah, well,
a
that.
6
Yeah, no,
or a
I'm.
7.
LA's been like, damn.
But you
good to
you
me.
got a real great little niche of men
Sure.
who like you. So you
Yeah,
do
that-
well
that-
in your niche.
Yeah,
in
well,
your-
yeah. Now that
in
I
your
put on my
niche.
freshman 15, that's what I call it. If you go starting your life over, I go right now. It's kind of like being in college.
Hey, but when
It's like my freshman
as long as
15.
you fill out in the right.
Hey, girl.
places.
Honey's closet. What are you
Mhm.
doing, girl? Yeah, coming in to say hello. Of course, behind the cameras. Nobody's here yet. We're just waiting on a friend.
Okay.
I love that song.
I know you're gonna hold it down.
We're gonna hold it down, yeah, until they get here, because I never have anything to say. But speaking of that,
Go with it.
oh yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Good show.
Thank you,
for
darling.
those of you who couldn't see her off camera, that was Honey coming in from Honey's Closet.
From
Does she
Honey's
go by Honey?
Closet. Yeah, she goes by the show Honey's Closet on the powervoices.com. They have some really cool dialogue tonight. They talk about a little bit of everything. She plays music.
Mhm.
And, that's something that their show seems to be. They usually have a bunch of people in here that they're having the discussion with. And, of course, where she's a honeybee, I imagine she gets to say the final say and most of the say when we have a say. Just
That's
saying.
what's up.
Just saying. And how was your, Memorial Day weekend? Not for nothing. Okay, but I had a few events to go to. I actually ate more bad food and I don't know why, but since it's like cut
Where
the
did you
cut
go
the
that
crap.
it was so
Let me
much
enlighten you.
bad food?
The bad food is like the stuff that is so good, like that.
Oh,
First of
good
all,
bad.
the things I'm always getting in trouble. I can never stay below the radar. So I go to this one party, right? And of course, I walk in, and I'm the only white woman there. I know it's surprising, but it's a barbecue, so I of course
I think
wanna,
your friends in Boston think that's the norm for you.
that right, yeah. Well, maybe, yeah. But the guy who was cooking at the grill, and he was using real charcoal, none of that propane stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Man, was he cooking up a storm. He was my new best friend, and like nothing could take my eyes away from them.
Flavor out of
That-
the wood.
Oh, well, he had like a little bit of everything going. It was a
Ah.
true barbecue.
Gotcha.
And it's a true barbecue. And so I had like all the like incredible food that you just comfort food, okay? So it was
Ah.
ribs, and there was chicken, and there's hamburgers, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, and shrimp kebabs.
Wait,
great
did I
salads.
miss a text from you? I don't remember.
Just see that? I know,
I
right?
don't remember
No,
this
I got
invite.
the invite. It was last second. So now I go through that, and it was fabulous. It was actually, and of course I have to have dessert every piece of every one of them, because why you there? This is my thing, right? So now the next day I get invited to another one, and it's out in Sacramento, and it's at this guru. He's a guru. And I probably have more detail on it, but I don't, because, there was it's the most beautiful home. And you walk in, and there's like an atrium, and then he had like tarot readers. He had crystal people. He had the what do you call it? The healers and all kinds of stuff and everything.
Little Reiki.
The Reiki,
about the
everything going
chakras.
on. Yeah, it was really cool. And of course, there was so many people there. I couldn't get over how many people. I guess he's some famous guy that's somebody I got in on. But I only get in on, I never get the email, so I don't really know the gist of this party. So knowing me, because Anna Marie can't stay below the radar, I go in and I'm like, yeah, I got white wine, bottle of wine. And I go over, and this woman looks at me and she goes, "Is that a gift?" And I went, "Yeah, to me." And I go, and she goes, "Oh." But she gives me this like really this look where you go, "What was that all about?" So I go over, and like I'm gonna freeze it, so I put it in the freezer, and I'm noticing this, just going in my head, just as nobody else doesn't seem to be any other wine. Well, it's all right, whatever. If somebody wants something, I don't care. I just brought it. So I go to open the bottle a little later on. It's chilled, and as I'm pulling out the cork, this guy like appears in my vision out of nowhere, like he just stands in front of me. He goes, "You do know this is a non-alcoholic, non-drug event." And I'm like, with the bottle of wine, and I want to say, obviously not. Okay. Oh, yeah. What do I say? Oh, yes, I did know that. And I just said, fuck it. I'm going to have some wine anyways. The hell with those people who own the house and are feeding me and are gracious enough to invite me to this event. So I was mortified. So now the woman, she was like, "Ugh." That one who's running the party, and I know why. She was like, "Gestapo woman in the kitchen." Well, of course, my usual dilemma, I drop my credit card. I pull up my phone to take a picture, and my credit card had fallen out. So somebody goes, "Did you lose your credit card? Red one?" So I'm like, "Yeah, blah, blah." She goes, "That
How
woman
are you
has
just
it."
keeping loose credit cards in your pocket?
I know, because, I used it, and then for gas, and then I put it in my back pocket while I was at the pump, which is a really bad habit. People don't do it, because I've lost my card 47 times, and by the
Lord
grace
Jesus.
of
I'm gonna
God,
have to
this
introduce you to
this thing keeps
Apple
showing
Pay.
up. Yeah, right? So I'll have to do that, too. But anyway, so I get my card, and the woman who was really pissed off I brought the bottle of wine,
Yeah.
she looks at me, and she said, I go, "Hey, I heard someone turned in my credit card." And she goes, "Yes." And I go, "Can I have it?" She goes, "And I put it away." And she walks away from me, and I'm going,
Wow.
wow. She
You
was
always make an
always
impression, don't
just,
you?
yeah, she was just like, oh, she was pissed at me. So now I'm going, and I'm
But
so
you hadn't
excited.
even gotten the cork out yet, right? You
No,
should have been completely in trouble.
I left that in the in the refrigerator.
Back in the freezer, like,
in the
"Oh,
But yeah, but I
never
want you
mind,
to know
just
that while I
kidding."
had that cork in the bottle, about
Yeah,
four
that
other
you could
women,
almost taste it.
4 other women were like, "Oh, you got wine?" I'm like,
Oh,
No.
Always the troublemaker.
which is why there's only one person
Did you
here.
go to Catholic
with a bottle.
school? Were
Oh,
you the girl
absolutely.
smoking in the
Sitting
bathroom?
up? No, but
No?
my brother preceded me, so I
Oh,
was
that
always
reputation was already
Lentini. You sit here right up front, just right up front.
Yeah, we keep an eye on those Lentinis.
Yeah, nuns especially, man. I was a lefty, which was even worse. But man, I want
So
to
you
let
got
you know
wrapped a lot with the ruler?
yes, I had my fair
I was in
share.
private
of,
school for like 1 year.
were you really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I know about those nuns. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
I used to
wild.
get yelled at because I was so short. Sit up, and I'd be like, "I am sitting up." And they'd have
Yeah.
phone books. Anyone else out there have to sit on a phone book? Just to let you know. But wait, let me finish that one idea about this cooking event, this big barbecue. Well, they're all vegans. On top of that, they're all vegans, which the food was really great. I'm not bashing vegans, but there's something about a vegan cake that's so different from the one with all the bad stuff, like eggs and oil and crap in it, that makes it like taste a certain way. There's a
Yeah.
certain consistency that this is. So I'm like looking at that, and they're gorgeous cakes. So I had to have a slice of every one, and none of them. I hate
None
to say it.
tastes
I ate the strawberries off the top, but I was like, it tasted
good. You
like
ate all the adornment,
Right.
like the decorative.
the little
That was the
ballerina.
best part.
Not on her. Yeah, I went all that. Do you ever get the cake? Or see the cake where they made it out of the she was a doll on top, and then they had and no, maybe it's just a white people cake.
Yeah, I predominantly
They-
go to
wait,
black
Wait,
functions.
have you ever been in a
Wait,
house?
like, finish describing this.
Wait.
What? There's a doll? on
Yes,
top?
there's a doll on top, and they
Unless
also
it's a wedding. No. we
no,
don't
it
put
is
any
a doll on
figurines
top of
our
the
cakes.
cake, like a Barbie doll cake, and you also have
The
this.
cake is
this other,
shaped like the Barbie
the
doll?
cake
or
is
it's-
shaped like no. It's a cake, and it actually has a you make it like a half round, and it's dressed as like a full bell.
Oh.
Hey, Lee,
Like the
we
cake
might
is her
have a
outfit.
chair in the referee section behind you for my guest in front of you. Yeah, no, you good? So yeah, we always have people showing in. Hopefully, the guy I invited will show up sometime soon.
If
But
not, we'll
in
keep it
reference to that same doll, I just
Yeah.
want to ask you one more
rolling.
question.
But the cake, the dress was the cake.
The dress was a cake, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah, okay,
also
I
the
gotcha.
same exact doll. I don't know if just Italian people did this, but it was over the toilet paper roll. It was a doll that was crocheted skirt. Oh, you never saw one of those?
Yeah, I think some
You
grandmas had
did-
those,
yeah.
like to cover the
The-
roll.
right
Yeah,
on
yeah,
top
yeah,
of the
yeah.
toilet.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
there was
yeah,
a
yeah.
cake with the same doll, but it wasn't crocheted, obviously. But it was made to look like a faux crocheted skirt, and that was the cake for a lot of little girl parties, if you can believe that. It's like I'm
Gotcha.
having toilet paper holder cover cake. Yay!
Did you get a picture and send it back home? Like, look at this.
Look at this. Yeah, can you believe this? So it's right up there with the white tinseled Christmas tree.
Got you. Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned cakes and like the eggs and stuff because this weekend somebody was telling me about duck eggs. Have you heard of? Have you had duck
the
eggs?
delicacy.
Yeah, so I got to try it now.
Yeah, you
I
have and
haven't-
quail.
and I'm guessing they probably should be better for you because I don't think we're pumping the ducks full of like
No,
all the things we pump chickens full of.
that may be well.
All the
I don't know.
hormones and all the.
Right, nobody's wrestled the. I haven't seen any duck farms. You're right. Geez, the ducks are saying, "Shut up, Rocky."
we
Stop.
We want to last as a species.
That's
Don't-
it.
Stop raiding our
Yeah, I
nests.
just saw Daffy Duck in my mind.
His
Yeah,
beak get blown back
Despicable.
behind
You're
his head.
yes.
Was that Daffy?
Despicable. That
his-
was Daffy. Yeah.
His beak used to get shot.
Yeah, man,
behind
we
his
grew
head.
up. We were so cool to the cartoons that we. I'm sorry, I know you new millennials got your fancy technology cartoons where everything looks ridiculous, but you did not have like Tex
Oh, man,
Ritter.
Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh my God, the
And what's
Saturday
crazy
morning-
is your cartoons were so good, we had to watch your reruns.
exactly,
All
and
the Hanna-Barbera reruns.
well,
all
and
the,
Bugs
like,
Bunny is like
all the
timeless.
Bugs Bunny. Yeah.
And you know what? I never understood why I never got the comedy of Rocky and Bullwinkle as a kid
Mm.
until I got to be a grown up. Rocky and Bullwinkle, it really is more of a grown up show. The humor was like, whew, way
It's
over
kind of
your
like
head.
Disney movies. Like if
Yeah.
you when they slip a little something in there for the adults.
Yeah, always.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you have to.
Little innuendo.
I mean, I went and saw Pirates of the Caribbean over the holiday.
Okay.
It's and it's just like anything. First of all, it's Johnny Depp, so I don't really care. He could read the phone book and I'd go watch it. But anyways, they had the big blockbuster, and the way that they did it, of course, they only thing that I can tell people without giving away anything is, you all leave before the credits are all done rolling. We'll stay.
Yeah.
This is they did that little hanger at the extreme after all the credits were rolled, and of course, since I've been out to LA, I like to see all the different jobs I could possibly go out for at something.
It's crazy when the longer you're in LA, like the more you can read the credits and start to like
Appreciate
I know
too,
that person.
right.
Or even when I watch commercials now or watch movies, I recognize people and I'm like, wow, I
Right.
went from just consuming this stuff to now I know the people who make it.
Who actually make it? Yeah, that would be the fun of that too is understanding what the different jobs are.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're just reading it from a
Yeah, because when the first time you read Best Boy, you're like, what the hell is that?
yeah, right. I can do that.
I want to be somebody's best boy.
That's it. Yeah.
No,
So
I don't think that's a job. Most.
you also get an appreciation as to why your ticket costs and what it does when you see what the production is, and then you see how many people are actually on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the ones with it involves the computerized animation. It's an amazing amount of people.
Oh man, but and the amount of time it takes to put them to the screen, bring them to the screen.
Is
It's a
like
couple years.
yeah, it's incredible. I actually watched the dog of a gentleman who was one of those animators over at Universal Studios, and he's been doing it for years. And he said that what's amazing him of these young kids at 20 years old and coming into his corporation and what they have learned from when he went to school. And he said, and of course, if you want to stay in the industry, you have to constantly educate yourself. He said, but it never ceases to amaze him, the talent that's coming out and where they're going with it.
Yeah, because my dad was a commercial artist growing up, and so he would was drawing everything by hand and transferring it. And then I, interestingly enough, became a graphic designer, but I did everything on the computer. And so he pretty much got phased out of a job because everything went digital. And I met one of the most famous animators.
Well, from celluloid, you mean the celluloid to digital? Yeah. Okay, so what was?
You mean for film animators?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, because even though they transfer it to that, because celluloid is just the film itself, but those guys still drew by hand.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a wicked lot of work. I could see, yeah, going to work all day and just drawing. It sounds like it would be fun up until about what the.
If it's your passion, if
lot.
it's what you're great at, it is a lot because it's almost like
You'd have to be passionate.
Have you
about
ever
it.
seen people they flip back page to page because it's like they make a small variation. It's almost like creating a stop animation movie where you do it frame by frame, but they're doing it by hand.
Yeah, I could see that from the comedy point of view. I see that guy in his sock drawer, and you're trying to put his socks away, and he's flipping them up and down. Just saying, little idiosyncrasies of what type of person you could use those him in his closet, switching out shirts just to give it all right, whatever, Rocky. But that's where my mind goes.
I'm trying to follow with you. I don't know what you're referring to.
You better get a rope.
Is it flipping
the
socks?
Yeah, flipping his socks. Because like you said, when they do the animation, they go back and forth.
Like a flip book.
Yeah, the flip books. And who didn't have one of those in school?
The socks, though?
I'm just saying. I'm just seeing it in my head.
What kind of weird
that's
guys
all.
are you dating?
I know.
He just flips through the colors of his socks?
Just flips through the color of his sock drawer, yes. And that's the image you have in your mind.
Feels like a fuchsia kind of day.
I know, yeah, exactly. No, I actually...
maybe turquoise.
I once sat with someone who would wear woolly socks that were all the colors like you have here, with his dark pants, and he was the most conservative, quiet, boring man I've ever met, but he had screaming color socks. Gotcha. I don't know what that was all about, but...
Here's our guest. Let's put him on the speakerphone. Hey, man.
Yeah, Dinah's. You want to come up the hill and it's on your right, DeVal.
Is it inside of the same parking lot?
6733. No, you got to go out of the parking lot. You got to come up the hill, head towards the airport. Okay, so you're going up the hill. You're going to see it right on the right behind the storage place. 6733. It's a block away.
Last driveway on the right. Robbie, that's what you're trying to do.
That's it. We got you on mic. You're explaining your ass over here. Bring it.
6733 go behind the storage place. It's not at the hotel, though.
No. It's not at the hotel.
It's a business. It's a business complex.
So these are the things that you got to deal with, folks. Sounds good. So he'll be coming in a second.
I think the front door is open. Come down to the second door on your right, third door on your right.
135, yo. 135.
No, I mean in the building.
In the building?
The third door on your right.
Is it? We call it
You mean
135.
conference room? No, I'm talking about this.
Oh, inside the door. Well, no, he's going to get retrieved by Lee, so we're all set. Oh, I can follow along. So that would be, yeah, long weekend. I don't know. How much, you didn't go anywhere to any cookouts?
I did get a chance to catch a cookout, but I spent my Memorial Day weekend at a marriage workshop.
I've been to one of those.
Saturday and Sunday.
Mine didn't work out well. I know yours will have a much
Hey,
better ending.
You lasted 32 years.
Yeah,
That's
well, it
that's still
did. It
pretty
did.
decent.
I'm. What do you call it? An optimist. But anyways,
Yeah. So it's interesting. So, my new in-laws, my in-law cousin-in-law is getting married soon.
oh wow.
And so, in preparation, her mom helped to organize this marriage workshop, and they had all the couples in our age bracket.
Right.
It's for us, like we're that new generation of the family.
That's some serious
next grown
conversation
adult.
that would be happening there, especially. Like, I'm just trying to imagine my family in that realm, and it'd just be a tragic comedy all the way together. People be walking out, fuck this shit, man,
No,
fuck
it
this
was
shit.
really cool,
Yeah.
and they were presenting a lot of information we weren't even familiar with. Like there's a whole study called.
I believe that's what marriages is, a whole lot of information. You're not
It's a
gonna be
lot of
familiar
information,
with.
but it's just a lot about being open and being able to receive. So we were introduced to this new concept called heart math.
Oh, really?
And I actually just watched a TED Talk this morning about it.
Of course.
And it talks about how, at the end of the day, the heart is more than just like this mechanical pump. They're
Right.
saying it actually has a stronger link to your brain than we think, or your mind. And there's also this electromagnetic pulse that goes out, right? So you know how sometimes you can feel a person's energy
Yeah.
when you come in
Right.
to close proximity with them. They've started to measure this.
Wow.
So for like 30 years, they've been measuring these types of things.
Well, looky
Hey,
here.
our guest is in the
Looky here.
house. Welcome.
Yo, good to meet you. I come over there and give you a nice. Is this good? The lineup? Yeah. Welcome to the show, man. What happened?
Show. And
He's a
my
handsome young
apologies.
man.
I found out once I got here that I mistyped
Yeah, the
address. But
address.
I copied it and pasted it though, so I don't know where.
Where that came? No, man. Dude.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. He's trying to sabotage. Yeah, just I'm over here and I don't know where the fuck you put me, but how do I get there from here?
But what I love is he's got that street savvy. Like y'all not trying to rob me, are you? What you mean behind the storage place?
No,
It's
I saw you do the imitation of the homeless guy trying to get money from you. Yeah, I like that one. I really did. And seeing you,
Oh, you watched
do.
these clips?
Yeah. Well, I appreciate.
You got to get ready for the show.
Yeah, it really is. It's such a like thrill. I can tell people I love what I do. They like, everybody measures everything by what is it, views, sponsorship, and all that. I understand what you're working for, but there's such a joy that you figure down the road everything will fall into place. You're just having such a great time doing what you're doing.
Right.
And comedians, it's like, if you could pick to hang out with anybody, seriously, you guys are comedians, and I know we're quirky, moody bunch of people, but that's where the brilliance comes from, because if you had a
Yeah,
basic
being able to see the world
styrofoam
a little
life,
differently.
well, yeah. So
Yeah.
if they say, who do you want to hang out with? What type of people, profession do you want to hang out with? And I would go, let me see.
Let's see.
Sports people?
Doctors and dentists have the highest suicide rate.
Yeah, no,
nothing.
they're off the butt,
Mailmen are known for going postal. No, nothing.
No, and teachers,
Comics,
you
why not?
feel like, yeah, exactly. Unless I had a pain in my ass and I'd be thrilled you were a doctor. Oh, good, let's hang out with this group, free care. But yeah, as far as like comedy goes, the best thing about everything I've been doing out in LA, having the comic base, that's where I wanted to go. And the more I listen to you guys, I'm like, oh no, I'm good sitting here. They're like, you get up and do stand up. No, I'm good sitting here. Because
You don't want to get up in front of the room and have all them people waiting.
no, that's not it. It's just that the precision of what you guys do and what the amount of time you spend, and you're probably do you spend a lot of time writing your jokes and perfecting them, or do you have like a knockout system of like, okay, this is working. If it's not, how long do you give a joke?
Ooh, I'll give it maybe 3 audiences.
Okay,
Because audiences are different. So I might give it like 3 audiences, and then I'd be like, okay, it's not working. Because sometimes and that's even if it works good with one of them, I'll
Right.
still give it another 2 audiences just to say, let me see if it works good with these other 2 situations as well. That's how you know. If it hits and it keeps hitting every time, whether I'm drunk or I'm sober or whatever it might be, or the room is dry or whatever, then you're like, okay, I got a banger.
And damn, I was like, he can
Yeah.
do some great imitations or
do-
impersonations.
yeah, I do
I
some
call them
impersonations.
imitations, but they're impersonations.
You saw
But-
some impersonate? Which one you
Yes,
said? I
you
could do a
you were
Cat
doing.
Williams.
Oh, that's what you were
I
doing.
could
You were
do
doing
a Joel
them
Osteen.
talking. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you were doing this one special, and you were going through what were they singing or what were they doing, and you know he was in the back of the room, and you know it was you did a series of different rap artists.
Oh yeah.
Drake and
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you don't
Wait.
know, our guest is very musically inclined.
Yes,
so
that's
it's
nice
nice to
awesome.
incorporate that.
Yeah, I play the
in the
piano
bits.
and everything as well.
Yeah,
So I do a few things.
yeah, because the idea that you have, I accidentally met a gentleman who was a producer, and we were talking about that, and he says, "Oh, you should do stand up." I said, "Well, I started as a singer." He goes, "What you do is you go out on stage and you just start singing, and then have somebody prompt someone to say, hey, by the way, and then come up and tell me this is a comedy hour." He goes, "But once you start singing, it'll endear you to the audience." He goes, "I'm a writer, I'm a professional." I'm like, "Okay, one of a billion in L.A."
Yeah.
But he was the real deal.
Yeah.
I accidentally stole his headphones, and I had to go to university. He works
they
over
Beats
near
by Dre? What kind of
BG
headphones?
Entertainment
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, he's my hairdresser was like going, "He's a big deal. He likes you." He goes, "I want you to just think about taking script school. I think you should write your story." He goes, "And then give it to me." And I'm like, "Well, I don't want to give it to you. What do you mean give it to you?" He goes,
You
"I'll
gotta
get
get
it
I'll
real.
get
You gotta
Amy
get it
Schumer."
seen.
I
They take all
actually
the good stuff
posted
out
that.
of it and then just use it.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. That's
Wait a minute,
No,
that's
you
my
copy-
shit.
you
That's so
copyright it,
LA. Yeah,
and
right.
then, and then you
Right.
you get it to the people who got access.
Yeah, because all right. So when you first started out, were you going toward the music before you decided to do the comedy, or
I was
Church
a
boy.
musician. Yeah, I was a musician before I was a comedian.
yeah?
And my first jokes was in church, in the in the pulpit with
Get
the
outta
church
here.
mother and the deacon sitting down there. and
Really?
shit. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, that's
That
funny
was my
shit.
first
Well,
joke.
that's when you know you're funny, right?
when you can make all of them
Yeah,
laugh.
you
And
got
it
that.
was, I knew I was funny when the kids was like saying my jokes. They were saying my shit after
Get
my
outta
set.
here.
They was running around saying my joke. I had this joke about being in church and going up to the altar to get prayed for, and the altar worker getting in my face, and he had bad breath, and he's like, "Say Jesus," and I'm like, "Ooh, Jesus." That was like my first joke. So all the little kids was running around at the church. Ooh, Jesus! Ooh, Jesus! Ooh, Jesus! It is
That was
like that
brilliant,
was the thing.
though. How
yeah.
old were you?
Shit, I was like 18.
Oh wow, that's
But see,
awesome.
I didn't know that I can actually it was just something to do, like for
Right.
youth day or whatever. And then I didn't actually do comedy like for real again until 25.
Okay.
I wish I would have kept
big
going at
gap.
18
Yeah.
and like left and did took it serious. But
Well, you bring a lot to the performance.
Yeah.
You're very multitasked as far as like
Yeah.
you're and I really do believe that in the industry today, being able to stand out like that in such a saturated, as we talk about out in LA, the fact that you're able to bring all those dimensions to it make you more memorable.
yeah,
As far as like the comics that they have that are just doing a straight routine, tell the jokes because basically a lot of the jokes about the same family, sex, girlfriend, same things.
and a lot of comedians are scared to be clean.
Right.
They're scared of doing a clean room because they're like, oh no, I gotta drop them. I
The
gotta
F-bomb,
drop an
yeah.
F-bomb or
Right.
something in there.
Well, I'm
but it's-
Boston, so I'd have a hard time with that. We cleaned it up instead of saying you frickin'. Everything
Yeah.
was frickin'.
Friggin'.
You're friggin'.
Yeah,
right,
with the
right.
G's in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I still, like I can still go back to church and do comedy, but I like to be diverse. I don't consider myself a church comedian because I don't want to limit myself and
Well,
pigeonhole
that's
myself.
that's the survival. Out here, you got to be being diverse is everything.
Yeah, and I ain't trying to be. I'm not trying to be. You can be politically correct. I ain't trying to be church correct. That's
good
As
to
a
know.
comedian, I want to talk about some stuff. I want to talk about some stuff that and I don't want to have to walk on
Monitor
eggshells and
yourself,
shit.
censor
Yeah,
yourself,
just because
yeah.
I don't want
Well,
to.
can I ask you? Do you do like certain comedies in delivering a message? Chris Rock does that. That little twist. That, and of course Carlin was brilliant at it. And there's a lot of political or messages,
Yeah,
something
Carlin
that
was-
you're compassionate of bringing attention to in a way that really makes people think. But you got a smirk on your face, and you hear that slow. Those are the slow roll of laughter because
Yeah.
those are jokes you have to think about, and you have
Right.
to allow as a comedian that timing.
Yeah.
And then when they hit it, you can hear it, right?
Oh yeah, and you know what? When that's what you want to work towards, really, as a comedian. Like you want to bring awareness to people, to get them to understand how stupid it is some of the shit that we think, you know what I'm saying? Some around little
Quirks,
ways.
idiosyncrasy,
Yeah.
humanisms.
You know what I mean? Like, let that shit go.
Yeah.
Like, why that's something you carrying on because your granddaddy told you that shit and you carrying it, but you gotta like, and you bringing the comedy in to bring awareness. Yeah, I do that sometimes. I wish I could do it more. Like, I want to work towards doing it more, but like, I do that sometimes, like about racism and shit like that. Like, you gotta let shit go, or like about being poor and shit. I do a lot of that kind of stuff, into the comedy to bring awareness to get people to understand.
Which you should. I mean, if you do have a public platform to have fun with stuff, and
Yeah.
if you're able to bring it to people's attention without raising a fist or
Right.
because people get. It's amazing to me.
They get
Comedians will tell me how people get at some of their shows, and they're like, "Fuck, it's comedy."
Yeah.
And it's sensitive, and
Well, you got to be creative with it. You can't offend people. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just
Fine
come out and
line,
say
isn't
the
it?
dumb Shit. Yeah, yeah, and that's where the thought comes in. Because if you do it in a creative way, people will accept it so much more. I never forget it. I was sitting in the audience, and this comedian, he obviously didn't have a set. He just wasn't prepared. And then he just like looks at us in the front row. You guys are black, and then it's like people are laughing. It's like that's not a joke.
that's
That's
just
stupid.
moronism
And now you
101.
make everybody uncomfortable. People are getting, fidgety and now all of a sudden everybody in the room is like weird. And same thing with even black comedians. Like don't get up there and just talk about white this, white
right,
that.
Right,
Like,
we talked about
be
that.
creative.
Be creative, and being creative.
Make a point.
Yeah.
Like, what's your point?
Right.
You can't just get up there and say anything, and there's no point to the story. Like the only like I got a couple of jokes about it. Like I say, isn't it funny how white people are the only race that's not allowed to be publicly proud of their own race? You ever noticed this shit? Like everybody else is allowed to be proud of their race except for white people. Like black people, we write songs, say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Hispanics can be proud. They can hang the flags in their little window. Man,
Yeah.
we go for
Day
every
I like
parade,
that, right?
everything.
Mexico for every. You let an innocent white guy come to work. It feels great to be white. What kind of racist comment is that? What kind of fucking shit is that to say around me? It's like all of a sudden it's a big deal. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like you bringing awareness to it. Like the fact that we all are one race anyway. We're
Right.
human race. Just like let that shit go.
Right. To say that, I went to a cookout and I was telling Rocky it was the only white person in the room and a white female, and there was a lot of people there. And at the end of the night, three girls walked into three women. I shouldn't say girls, women, very finely dressed. I love that. They're always. They're always outfits. Black men, white women, I will say that much. They know how to dress me in outfits. And these women was down. They looked in. And I came around the corner, and they just stopped and looked at me. And sometimes I was in sales, so you read people. Sometimes people don't catch their thought on their face before it hits. So, I mean, it was literally a like confusion. What? Where'd she come from? So I walked up
One
and I
of
hugged
these
the lady.
things is not like the others.
Right. I hugged her and I said, yes, I am the only white person
Who
in the
brought
room.
Becky?
Yeah.
Who brought Becky? Was that you, Rocker? You brought Becky up in here?
With the good hair. Sometimes it is me. I do be bringing
But
her
I have
pleasure.
such a great sense of humor about people, and I think that
Yeah, just
generally
break the ice
people
with it.
really feel that, and I you can't fake that. I mean, you can't be like, well, I have a few black friends. I'm not racist.
Right.
You
and
know,
that's-
it's like-
and you got to be genuine. And when you genuinely change on the inside, like where I grew up in a little town. It was not many black people. I was the only black in my class through all my elementary, middle school,
And
high school.
Do people like to bring that to your attention?
No, I
Wait,
mean,
where'd you
eventually
grow
you can. Turpin Springs.
Oh wow,
Turpin Springs,
Florida. I know, right? I was in Port Charlotte. I know, right?
Oh
what you're
yeah,
talking-
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Holy-
you start at my core. If you got stuff to work on at your core, it's gonna come out. It's gonna be obvious. You're gonna say stupid stuff. It's gonna be like, oh, this motherfucker got some issues. Like, but if you're genuinely just a real genuine person and you see everybody the same way, it's gonna
Yes.
show. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well, because the way that you set that up, I mean, as far as setting up the joke, it's like there's a certain way as far as how you're going to come across on stage. We all have a persona when we get up on stage.
right.
The thing about me is like pretty much this, and the I got smart ass Boston,
Yeah.
and so and I have very strong personality. I didn't realize till watching footage of myself just how strong that is. And then you get that certain vibe of like comedy is very empowering.
Mm-hmm.
There's something almost like preaching. That I felt like that. It's like it's almost like my pulpit.
I got a mic.
I got a microphone.
I got an audience.
Captive
You're all
audience.
looking at me. Yeah.
Where my deacons at?
What's she gonna say next, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
you
much.
better be funny. And
I know.
like you have to. Would you say you get up there, but you forget? You have to forget that they're demanding you be funny, and just go up there with I'm funny. Fucking, I'm
don't
funny.
worry
You
about
You
got to
just-
give people the the opportunity to laugh instead of making them laugh. You just let them.
Yeah, like you hanging out with them in their living room.
You ain't got to make them laugh. Some people, you always gonna have people in the audience that's not gonna laugh.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're gonna sit up there with their arms crossed and everything. That's just because they don't have a sense of humor.
Right, that's true.
Some people, like everybody in the room is laughing except for you.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
But
that.
But I'm the one
it's
that's
a great
not funny.
feeling when you can win them over.
Those
and when
people.
because it's like even if you don't say it in the back of your mind, it's like I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna see if I can get you to laugh.
Oh yeah, eventually I'm gonna get you. If I gotta come down there and take it.
But
And
when you were
Kick your
talking
ass.
about white people not being able to really celebrate it,
Yeah.
I did see, but Louis C.K. did a good bit about that.
Did he?
About how being white, he's like coming back in history as a white person, like you're winning at any level of.
I remember that one. He was
I don't
like,
know. He worked it a couple of
he said
different
if
ways.
he said if I had a time machine, I can literally go back to any year. I can pick a year, and they'd be like, "Oh, hello, Mr. White Man, come right in, take a seat at the table." He said, "Everybody else, some people can't do that. If I had a time machine, I probably wouldn't go back.
Right, exactly.
Oh, that's
20 years.
I need to hit
The
the Harlem
40s?
Renaissance
Nah,
exactly. Like hit me
exactly.
right.
But think of the brilliance of that. I mean,
It's
that's
raising
so
awareness.
so much so.
And
Yes.
then he flipped it and he said, "Now, if I went to the future, oh shit, I don't know how far forward I would go. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck we're gonna." He said,
Right.
"White people are gonna pay for the shit that we've done." So he's
True.
like, I don't know how far I
How
want
far
to
out
go.
I want to go. I
So
believe,
it's like,
yeah.
I mean, it raises awareness. It makes you think. I mean, I love that kind of stuff.
exactly.
Louis C.K. is one of my favorite. 'Cause
Well,
he does that.
he's able to go where a lot of comedians just can't because
Oh my God.
Great to
I
go,
mean,
yeah.
some of the stuff that you just go, oh, and then he
But
turns it into something that you're like, oh my God,
Again,
what
it's
genius.
It's because your inside got to be right first.
Right.
If you're racist on the inside, you
It's
can't
gonna-
say those same jokes that Louis C.K. is saying because people are gonna know. They're gonna feel it when you say that shit. You're gonna say it differently.
Right. You're going to call,
But
right.
he's coming from a place of just I just want to raise awareness. I just want to make you think.
Yeah, he
He
brilliant
really-
like that.
Even when he delivers, it's like I just.
yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Because
Just,
what's
I
funny
see him with
is
what-
he's Mexican.
Oh, I know.
Like he was
right?
born in like
One of his
shut
parents.
up. That
Yeah.
pasty white, freckly face looking.
Yeah.
Because he's from, I'm from Boston. So, when you hear, like, to look at him, he looks like something that came out of Southie or something.
Yeah.
You know?
He looks like something
Like
like
And
Irish.
actually,
Looks
someone
Irish
said
or
that.
some shit, like-
Someone said that to me today about being from you part of Whitey's crowd. And I'm like, what? Even Whitey Bulger.
Whitey
Yeah.
Bulger, who's that? I don't know who
Whitey
that is.
Bulger. Oh, get
I
out.
kind of heard the name, but
Is that
Whitey Bulger was the most wanted criminal FBI out of South Boston. He murdered, Cadillac.
that's
Was it
who,
Freddie the
Johnny Depp
Cadillac?
played?
huh?
is that who Johnny Depp played in that
Yes.
movie?
In
So we gotta-
Black-
we gotta-
Black
we
You
gotta-
Sunday.
got to give us movie references.
That's it.
Jab-
Damn you
jab
kids.
that 57 Chevy, right, in the movie. I
Yeah.
remember the movie.
You remember the movie. Yeah, see
Yeah.
that?
We-
That's your
we get our-
history.
that
We get our
72.
history from movies.
That's just, you know what? And I wouldn't mind, but even still, like I work at Skirball where they do a lot of stars come through there for the functions that they have. And Angelica Houston was one of the speakers at this event that I worked. And the young kid standing next to me, he's like, "Well, you know, like googly eyed. I mean, who is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Angelica. What do you mean, who is that? Did you watch like was it Hocus Pocus? I'm trying to think of which is from the Eastwick, all right? And he's looking at me like, no. I mean, she's like huge, It's like, damn kids. It's like,
know it.
Google her. It's all I could say to him was Google her,
Just
damn it.
Imagine how it's going to be like 20 years from now with all, because I mean, you got so many stars now because you got all these social media stars too.
Well, I
You
just
know,
wait. I
It's
went,
so weird. Like,
you have insane nostalgia. Now, I always the rap music, okay, that I'm listening to in hip hop, and I listen
That's
to
gonna
it
be
a lot.
crazy 20 years from now.
Right? You can imagine I'm seeing, like you as like 20 years from now, walking in the hip hop, in the pussy and the titties
yeah.
and the
Yeah, my greatest hits. That's sad. Like when I'm 80 something, my greatest hits will be like Two Live Crew and Uncle Luke. Like,
horrible.
it's gonna be Granddaddy, what's that? Pop that boy. You know your grandma used to pop that pussy. Like, it's just gonna be ridiculous.
Pop that pussy.
I don't know why no one's done one of them Instagram skits on that. That would just be take it
Someone's
from
done
now
it. In the
into
future.
in the
Someone's
future.
done it.
That would be hysterical.
Yeah,
that
'cause
would just
see,
be
Yeah,
hysterical.
my parents throwback with stuff like Marvin Gaye and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
That's their
classic
nostalgia. That's their
Motown.
nostalgic. My nostalgic hip hop is still good though.
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Oh my
Biggie,
gosh,
Tupac,
yeah.
Outkast. My shit is still good. These other my
Heavy
kid, my
D.
No, I'm
daughter,
saying
though?
now.
Oh gosh.
And
I don't know
I
who they-
saw a really
They
really
gonna have panda.
yeah.
cause the skippers. What the hell?
What is that? Right.
That's so can you see some old people doing that? Like, you know.
Someone just said that
They'll still be able to do their dances though, because it's nothing to these dances these kids do.
no at all. I was watching that. It's like somebody took Zumba and mixed it up with fucking the what is that
And then they
Irish
call it the
dance?
dab.
Lord of
Lord of the
Dancing
Rings,
and
Lord of the-
whatever. But yeah, a
Just
lot
say
of
Lord of
stuff
the
has
Rings.
changed. You have to have that great sense of humor as far as like when you're watching, and you even what you just said. My mind went, that would make a great movie. I mean, think about it. If you actually wrote a treatment for a movie based on that thought, you said what's coming in the future, and just run with that, man. Where we could talk about what
Time
happened
machine,
after number 45. Okay, let me
Number
give you a hint.
45.
Look at the mic color. Look at his face.
Mr.
Yeah.
Orange.
Okay.
Agent Orange.
But yeah, take that and run with it. Well, it's hot because it's hot right now, right?
Oh yeah.
10 years after Donald, after number 45.
I love it.
What actually happened?
It kind of reminds me of that scene in one of those Back to the Futures where whoever the greedy, I think it was Biff. Like Biff
Yeah,
became
Biff.
president or something.
He did
And the-
become
the
president because he
country
had
was
the
just,
almanac
like,
though. He
Torn
had,
up.
Yeah.
Like just torn to
They
shit.
went a whole different route.
Now,
You think that's what happened when Trump had an almanac or some shit? He came back in Back to the Future. He
Oh
got
my
a hold
God.
of that car and went back and got the
That's why that
almanac.
hair is 88 miles per hour.
every day it's like the what do you shit me reality show. He does
Man.
something else. It's like you couldn't get, you know,
That's
if,
funny that we just tied that whole Back to the Future. Have you ever seen the Back to the Future predicting every? You got to watch the video.
Or even The Simpsons.
I don't want to get on the conspiracy stuff, but man,
The Simpsons get really good about it.
yeah, well,
yeah, the
yeah.
Simpsons actually had Donald Trump as a president and Hillary following him up.
Really?
Oh yeah, one of the episodes,
brilliant.
Hillary Clinton was the president, but she followed Trump. She was like, not Trump basically screwed up the economy and everything, and now Hillary is the president. That was in one of the
That's
episodes.
just scary.
This was what, like 10 years ago?
That's
At
just scary. I
least
mean, you
no
think about that. We
more.
used to joke about how the Jetson used to have in the Jetsons when they had the
They used to
TV
predict
come
shit.
down,
Yeah.
and Mr. Spacely would be on the TV, and we would say, "Oh, wouldn't that be great if you could see people on the phone?" Because my generation was a rotary dial, right? So now
you
you're
see that
watching
shit,
it.
you get
Yeah.
Everybody got one in their hand.
He picked up a guy. Lee actually picked up a guy that was testing the flying car. It's a reality, that what that goes on. That was fascinating.
Someone has a time machine around this piece. Somebody got a damn time machine.
They do.
And they already have sex bots. I've seen them.
Really?
Yeah.
They already have
Oh,
what?
that's
Sex
right. I had
Oh.
to look like, whoa,
in
that's
Japan.
yeah.
Like-
where else?
Yeah.
Everybody going Japanese.
Like
I think I'm
$5,000
turning
is
Minority
Japanese. I
Report.
think I'm turning Japanese.
No, but you should watch that video. How Back to the Future predicted.
I'm gonna have
9/11.
to.
Oh, the shit is scary though.
Probably
Oh
because
gosh.
It's like
You know,
a YouTube clip.
that
Yeah, it's
that that's
YouTube.
a whole nother show.
It's so many. Yeah, it's a whole nother show.
that
But
would
there's
be
so
like
many
so
things
much.
in there. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Like-
and it's like sincerely, I get to watch your stuff, and so when I really think you have a certain brilliance at what you do. Definitely.
Oh, thank
I
you.
love to come out and see your shows, where we wind down a show. It's like it goes really fast because we were shooting the shit at first, but your schedule as
started
far
on
as like
time.
where you're playing and stuff like that. Cause
Yeah, on my website. But I just got picked up. I'm going to be on Showtime at the Apollo on Fox.
Shut
I'm flying
up.
out to New York this Sunday.
and he was on my show before he
Boom.
left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
man,
Steve
that's
Harvey
awesome.
hosting.
Give everybody
Wow.
your,
My name is Davell Taylor, Davell. Last name Taylor. My website is davelltaylor.com. Yeah, I do stuff locally around here. Sometimes I go out. I don't really keep my website up to date. I'm not gonna lie. Probably the best way to keep in touch is like Instagram or something. I will post where I'll be on
That's
Instagram.
cool.
I do host at some local comedy clubs in LA.
Yeah, tag me anytime.
Then I
what's the
travel
screen name on there?
sometimes. Davell Taylor. Everything is Davell Taylor. If you go to the website too, there's links for my Facebook, Instagram. I don't have Twitter.
Got a
I
great
can't do all
radio
of it.
voice, doesn't he?
You know
Like
how I
that.
use Twitter?
do.
I
What's up,
share
ladies?
from Instagram.
How y'all
You
doing
do?
out there tonight?
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
that Barry White
I-
kind of thing going on. He was great until I actually saw him. I was like, damn, that's what he
Barry?
looks like? Really? Come on, that's not fair.
Come on,
Yeah.
girl.
He was
telling me this.
And
that was
telling me
that voice, man.
Say once I'm with you, I'll never go back.
All right,
You can tell. You can tell
Oh!
that's the kind of dude who's gonna make the girl do all the work.
That's it.
Right.
Dun dun dun.
Baby.
No,
you
no,
Gruffsky.
no, no,
And
no.
Go ahead,
all
baby.
you
That's a funny joke. I like that, Rocky.
don't steal my joke. No, I do a whole
You gonna
bit
make
about
her do
'cause
all
what
the
I
work. Go ahead and
love-
put your hand down there.
I
baby.
love is how our parents always try to make it seem like their music was so much better than ours. But
Right.
I was like, y'all was listening to garbage too.
Yeah.
Like our From the Windows to the Wall is there. I stroke it to the east, stroke it to the west.
Oh,
Like, it's
that's
the
right, that's
same
right.
Garbage. Yeah.
You know, they
we listen
remade
to.
that song, Telling Me This.
Oh no.
That was that, you telling me this and telling me that. You remember,
Oh yeah.
what song was it, though? It was, I forget what he rose into, but my daughter lost it when I showed her that that's a remake. She was like
How old is she?
13.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're all done.
You got a
Yeah,
13.
for now, you're stupid. For the next 10, you're just stupid. You won't know how to dress. She'll be
Crazy.
checking you.
I can't
Dad.
believe I'm that guy now,
Dad.
though.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that's like saying that kind of shit. Like, oh, baby, you know, back in my
Right,
day,
right,
hey,
right.
this but a remake. Hey,
You know what's a trip for me too is like I could see now how older people could look at you and know what family you were from.
yeah.
Because
Really?
now that my friends have these kids that have grown up, I can look at the kid and be like, "Woo, you look just like your mama."
Like,
Yeah,
oh, I
right,
know.
right.
And now I'm like, did I say that?
I just
am I
say
am I that guy now? But you can see
Boy,
it.
you look just like
Yeah.
your daddy.
When you
Reggie.
And
Yeah.
I can see why,
Come over
like
here,
my grandparents' generation could do it because when they grew up together, they really grew up together.
Yeah, they did.
Like you had to be in the same neighborhood, all the same schools, and then maybe you branched out in high school, but you knew the whole. And back when the family had like 10 kids apiece.
Yeah, but you had Sunday dinners. You went to church together. Your family was
All of
like
that,
everything.
all of that. So you could see somebody from because you know the whole family.
Right.
So when you see anybody from that a descendant, you're like, oh, you a Johnson.
That's,
Like, how you know? You don't know
Body
me?
them, yeah.
Nah, boy, I know.
They used to
boy,
tell me
I know
that.
your people.
no, now you don't know
They-
nothing.
Yeah. They used to
Shape
call
of
me
your
one
head.
of them Taylor boys, or you one of them Taylor boys.
Because you know
They can
and
tell
it-
because see, my granddad was half Greek,
Ah.
so like everybody in the little small town, they can kind of tell you had that little look, you had that
Yeah,
Greek
yeah.
look. Oh, you got
Little
that
something
pointy, you got
different.
that
Yeah,
pointy
yeah.
ass nose,
Yeah.
you got the little,
That-
whatever. They can tell.
Small town.
It caught up with me one time. My homeboy growing up was after high school he became a stripper, right?
No.
And I was like, I would just tag along sometimes. We're at this party. I'm thinking nobody knows me here, right? Because I'm not dancing. I'm just whatever. I'm hanging out. And this girl was like, "You a consultant? Oh, I gotta get out of here."
You know what?
You
Somebody
you be
gonna tell on
dancing.
me.
I don't know, Rocky. I saw that one backflip move on the chair you did to
Oh,
Cleo
no,
King.
Hey.
Yeah.
It was a requirement back in my day. As we were talking about dancing, oh man, you had to. Whoa, we danced.
You be dancing. Yeah,
Oh,
man. I'll
wow.
tell you.
White guy from Florida in the 80s, 90s, man.
Do you talking to? I was. Please, I'm the girl that everybody goes. Are you that chick? What chick? The one that's out on the dance floor by herself? Yeah.
Can you
whatever.
twerk?
Oh, man, I'll
Can you
dance.
twerk a little bit?
Can I twerk a little bit?
Yeah, you got a little
So
twerk in you?
no, I can.
Not quite.
I can dance, but yeah,
You just
all
rock
of
the
that.
hairdo,
Yeah,
yeah.
We were
rock
such
the
good
hairdo.
dancers,
No,
man.
man,
We would
I can
dance in
dance.
front of the girl. We like it was just a certain period of that time. But back in our day, because it was like every song had a dance.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
I grew up in
And you
the,
had to know 'em.
I grew up in the what's my man MC Hammer
Oh
era.
man, come on, yeah, exactly.
MC Hammer. Remember there was movies Breaking and Crush Groove.
Heck yeah.
When I went down to Venice Beach, I realized like, dang, that's where they filmed the movie at, the breakdance.
Oh, I didn't even
movie.
realize that part.
All of them right down there. I
But
knew
what's the trip?
instantly.
When I first got out to LA, I remember I went to the club, whatever, and in Florida we joke. The guys be like,
Yeah.
it's just it's a Florida dance.
I didn't know the squirrel wasn't an international dance.
What?
The squirrel is only
squirrel?
in Florida.
We have-
It's a
yeah.
dance called the squirrel, and
What?
I'm
Okay,
It's
show
major
a
for
little of
people.
that.
It was major for us.
It's
It was,
No,
what do you
it's
mean?
only in the Bay
is it
Area.
like? Oh wait a minute. You mean it was a group effort?
No.
It's
It was
a
just a
dance.
couple
Let me
moves?
see
It was like
you
a regional
squirrel.
dance.
Let me
and
see
song.
you squirrel. You know,
Well, the song was
Ray
the
Lewis.
song was national.
Yeah,
So, all
Oh,
right,
yeah, Ray used to do it.
he
okay.
ran for the Baltimore Ravens.
right.
That's the squirrel. When he
Okay,
used to do
okay,
He would do
that's
that.
right.
Yeah, he did
That-
a little
that's
thing.
Squirrel.
Slide to the
But
left.
no,
slide
but
to the
it
right.
wasn't an international dance. It was in Florida.
Florida.
That was the pocket that it was.
And you know
famous
what's
in.
funny? Well, I knew that in college because it was like one of my homeboys was also from Tampa, and he would do it where you would like dance up on the dude, and I was like, they don't know.
They
yeah,
won't know that.
I was like, you can't do that outside of
Look,
Tampa.
player, you looking suspect.
Yeah,
right now.
Squirrel looking
it
for the
doesn't
nuts.
translate over here.
No, that's funny.
But what was funny is, so I went to some nightclub, and I'm joking, whatever. And they were like, "Oh, he's twerking." I was like, "Twerking? Ain't nobody
That is
twerking?"
not
But
twerking, right?
I was so
Everything
pissed.
is twerking.
I
I'm
was so blown.
amazed. Like I watched some videos on Instagram and I'm like, damn, she
Yeah,
can
they
move that.
crazy.
Yeah, was
Oh,
it?
man.
Man,
That's
that
when
it's
just
amazing.
natural.
It's just that. Yeah, well.
But back to recognizing what family somebody from. You see a girl walking, be like, "Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Tamika daughter."
That's very true.
You act
Because
like your
my
mama did.
family, that,
She get it from her mom.
Yeah, the back end
yeah,
is
man.
you. That's what they'll say.
Back when
Lentini.
when ass came down through your lineage. Now everybody can get it. It's just so.
They
Well,
buying
that's
this.
why. Well, I wouldn't mind,
Yeah.
okay, because as a woman, I was always like, oh yeah, working it out, trying to lose it, and then I'm like, suddenly single. I was like, no, this booty, you thick, blah, blah, and I'm like, what do you mean?
You like
Like
it
it's so it's what? I've been killing myself over here because that's the like if I
Yeah,
go to
'cause
the
you
gym.
grew up in the Twiggy era, right?
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. I mean, that was everybody was killing themselves. Let me put it this way.
Trying to be skinny.
Only
Etc.
women,
fan.
right. Only women would be. Well, I would say that white women, because black women never had an issue with their
Nah.
bodaciousness ever. It's just skinny ass white women who would actually say like,
Voluptuous.
she lost 30 pounds. She left her husband. She was so devastated. She almost died, but she lost 30 pounds. And women would focus on she lost 30 pounds because the devastation diet is all about that. You could say, I got the flu. I was sick. I was throwing. I was going. I was doing. But I lost 10 pounds. Right? Yeah. I used to say to people, I'm going to can that shit and sell it. Here, lick that. You got the flu? Lick that. Yeah, I'm going to sell it as a diet on the internet. Guaranteed to lose. Side effects may include vomiting, heavy fever, chills, right? Because those
You
are all
get that-
side
you
effects
get that
anyway.
Violent diarrhea.
Violent diarrhea.
That stomach
Sign me
virus,
up.
the stomach bug.
But you will lose.
Girlfriend, you look good.
Instant weight lose.
Just sell tapeworms on the internet.
Exactly, right?
Eating for two now.
Oh,
Yeah, man. That would be it. Yeah, it usually flies by. I wish I could have got you on here just a
One
little
time
bit
earlier.
early. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But
I
just
got
have
held
him
up.
back.
I was yeah.
He'll be more marketable once he gets some this Apollo.
No,
airtime.
right. And in loving, does that mean you're going to come back and do my show?
I'll come back.
I will invite you
Now
back.
that you know how to
'cause-
get here,
For sure, I know,
apologize.
right?
I gave him the wrong address. I apologize. That's my
That's
fault.
all right. You see that? It's like
Be
we're-
careful when you copy and paste. Be careful.
Yeah, right. So in saying that, how do you find? Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. I love it. I enjoyed it. It feels very natural in here. I'm loving the charisma and
Yeah, people go,
the
"Wait,
chemistry.
so do you have?" We talked about that.
Ebony
Do you have a
and
format? Yeah, and I'm like, script me? No,
Yeah.
fuck no.
Just
It
talk
just
and let
it
that
just
shit
seems
flow.
to take its organic roots, and comedians are naturally just give them. I like the idea of throwing shit out there.
Yeah.
My favorite subject in LA since I've moved here is fucking traffic tickets, traffic signs. I want to do one of them Instagram things about Anna Marie's ordeal. I mean, I don't know about you, and you from here?
No, I'm from Florida.
Tarpon Springs.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You
Yeah.
said that. It's the fucking and where Florida, anything goes, right?
And you can
Right?
park almost everywhere except downtown.
You can park
Right.
a lot of places.
Here,
yes.
it's like you got to get a translator,
Yeah,
a
you
reader,
Gotta, you got to read all four
astronomer.
signs.
I'm a fucking astronomer, okay? Because I got my tickets in my ass
I
in my
parked
car.
today at work, and I'm pretty sure of the signs where this spot of where I park, but I still check because I'm like they might have
Yeah.
thrown up a different sign. I did.
And
I'm paranoid.
LA traffic period. And the rush hour amazed me at how long rush hour goes.
It's so.
I was in traffic so
What's
long.
really amazing is when there is no traffic and you see how long it's supposed to take.
Right.
You're like,
Yes.
oh,
It's like that
I can
2 hour
get here in
drive
6
was 12
minutes.
minutes.
12
Yeah,
minutes,
exactly.
26
For
minutes.
traffic?
We're coming back at
I went
night.
6.
My damn GPS fell asleep one day. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Get off right here. Hurry up." I was like, "This bitch about to man me missing my exit."
Recalculating. Sorry, my bad.
That's brilliant. I like that. Yeah, I would really like to see. And you're doing.
That
You
is
said you don't do a lot of
hilarious.
local
My
shows
GPS
here. That's a shame.
Yeah,
I'd love to
I
catch a
do
show.
some stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, he was down with the laugh. He did a lot with the
Union.
Laugh Mob.
Laugh Mob got some stuff. Catch me on True TV.
I saw
coming
that.
Up. I'm gonna be on there. I got they took one. They're gonna make one of my jokes on the True TV thing. So 2 of them actually. So all kind of stuff. Just follow me Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to get into the social media thing. I really am because I know it's
Dude,
a new wave.
I'm not a fan.
But yeah, it's hard.
Like, I
Like,
don't mind.
Because
It
when you
just
when you
wasn't-
have your
I tell
free
you what
time,
it is. It just wasn't a goal of mine to be to be social media famous. That wasn't
Yeah,
my goal.
yeah, yeah.
I wanted to be
Like, know
on
me
TV.
for my
I wanted,
work.
yeah, for my work. I want to do stand up, and I want to do some acting. So now I gotta like change my goals and shit. Now I want to be
yep.
on Musically. I got to be musically famous too. You ever see
Yeah, but
this
you're
little
good
shit?
at that.
I wanna do
You're good at that. But you're good at
God,
that. So
yeah, we'll see.
you just have fun with it, and,
We'll
and when
see.
you use
I
it
guess
as a
so.
little fun, yeah, man, I enjoyed it. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Next week, we're gonna have. You said you had a young lady.
Yeah, LJ Brown.
LJ Brown. Oh, LJ Brown. She is
Yeah.
hilarious, and maybe.
Got her doing a lot of commercial work now.
Yeah, is she really? I look forward to that. So tune in. Also looking forward to having Rolanda Watts on the show. She is doing comedy. She's written a book. She's done talk shows. She's quite the lady. Yeah, she was had her own talk show from the Oprahs, and her auntie was
Rolanda.
Maya Angelou.
yeah.
Rolanda. She's a beautiful lady.
The way she said the name, it was like, oh, who? No.
Is it me? Is it my Boston
I don't know
again?
what
It's
it
like, who
was.
the
I
hell
said
is that?
Rolando. I thought it was a dude.
Yeah, yeah.
But thank you guys. I'll see you next time. See you out
Peace.
there. Peace.